Welcome to Constant Smiles.
What's good, everyone? I'm Rich Constantine. Welcome to this edition of the Constant Smiles podcast. I'm here with my co-host Elijah Desmond and our guest for today, Elec Simon. What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Hey.
Thanks for being here, man.
Yes. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. The crazy thing is a large coincidence. I happen to be in Ohio. I'm in Florida now. I happened to be in Ohio a few days ago and ran into Elec at a local restaurant / pub in Ohio. Just a coincidence. I'm like, I'm about to get you on my podcast. Yeah. And one of my best friends, Devin Jordan, has been telling me for literally years that we need to connect. I'm a motivational speaker, and I heard you do the same thing. And after I heard you perform at Jersey's, I'm like, man, this man is super talented. I wish I would have met him a long time ago.
Hey, we're connected now, though, bro.
Yes.
We're connected now.
Yes. Absolutely. So before I give you a bio or read your bio and whatnot, I want to, our audience is used to getting to know people through music, right? Getting to know people through music. And so you shared with us a song of yours that you really liked. I'm going to go ahead and play it here just for a second so we can vibe out.
That's actually the remix one when y'all. That's like the Fat Man Scoop and the Beyonce. That's a happy song to me.
Yeah,
I don't know why. It just gets me going. I don't know, man.
Man, how sweet would it be? Like, man, if Elec, in case you don't know, I'm a dentist. That's my primary career, man. If I came into patients and I was doing my work and I have Fat Man Scoop in the back, hyping me up.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's great. That's great, bro.
They would love it. They would love the energy, and I bet you probably could grab every instrument and go right along to that song.
Man, listen. Wow, man. Yeah, I just like to surround myself with happy things, man. That gets me going. I'm movies, and music, anything that gets me going. Like I would watch a movie scene before going on stage sometime when I was when I was doing STOMP on the tour. Like I'd be on the tour bus, watch a movie scene to get pumped up to entertain 10,000 some people. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I don't know. It just moves me. Different things move different people. Music and movie scenes motivate me.
Wow.
I'm curious now. Like, what kind of can you think of one you watched a couple times?
You're the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down. You're the best around. Yeah. Just that scene. Fight till you drop. You know what I'm saying? Just that. Listen to that song. Just that last scene of Karate Kid 1. It's just the whole that and my number one movie that probably gets me going, and it's not happy. It's more of an emotional thing. Is Pursuit of Happiness when they tell him he got the job.
Yeah, that's that scene.
That right there. I can go lift the whole gym. I can do a show for 18 hours. I can play every single. I mean, it wouldn't matter. It just gives me energy.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. So to give you a former intro with the bio. So Elec Simon is a percussionist, drummer, emcee, host, former cast member of the Broadway show STOMP, currently on tour with world-renowned jazz group Pieces of a Dream, and current member of the Cleveland Cavaliers 216 Stix. And I seen you with them sticks in the bucket, drumming away. I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to get. I don't know anything. I don't know how to do those sticks at all. But I wish I can get some lessons because I would be jamming away.
people's demonstration is always like what you just did, Elijah. Is always like, man, I'm telling you what, when they're talking, they're always moving their hand because that's what I look like. Oh, crazy. But that's my world. I'm an entertainer. I'm an entertainer before a musician, though. I would say that. I'm an entertainer before a musician. I put the word entertainer before musician when it comes to me. I'm a musician, but I entertain before the musicality comes in, pretty much.
That's crazy. And so I got to ask you this because this is my lane, and I'm also an MC, motivational speaker, and I'm in school to get my certification at the Scratch Academy to be a DJ. Do you DJ?
No, I don't DJ.
Oh my! I don't know. I don't. I mean, so maybe I can teach you to DJ. And you can teach me to drum.
Right. I mean, I could DJ, but my friends make fun of me because I only listen to like 7 songs in the world. Like I only listen to 7. They used to call me DJ Same Song because I just play the same songs over and over. Like, Elec, please go Google another CD or go Google something else. Like, no, I like what I like. So, and people make fun of me. If you get in the car with me, you're going to hear the same 7 to 8 songs over and over again. And they cannot stand it, y'all. I'm telling you, Richard, they can't stand it, bro. They hate that. They hate riding with me. My girl, she hates it. She's like, oh my God, just turn it off. So yeah. That's funny, man. That's funny. That's great. That's great.
We have so many interesting guests, and I think, you know, what Elijah and I, things that have helped us through our lives are our commitment to our health, both physically and mentally. And I think a lot of people don't realize, you know, what it takes to stay sharp, no matter what profession you're in. And with you being a musician, you're kind of like an anomaly though, because you're not just a sit there and play type of guy. You're a performer. Which takes a lot of physical energy night after night. And especially, I remember my mom took me to see STOMP in Pittsburgh, and how cool I thought that was. What are some of the things that you do daily in your lifestyle to make sure that you're always up for the performance and ready to do your best?
I would, to be honest with you, Rick, and I'm like I have OCD kind of. Like I really do. I really like my shit. Like Carol has it worse than me. My girl has it worse than me, but I have it when it comes to things. Something has to be right for me. It has to be right. Like, I get up, I jump in the shower, go to the gym first. The gym is always first, unless I have a meeting, unless I got to catch a flight somewhere. If I got to catch a flight, as soon as I land, the car will pick me up for whatever hotel I got to go to. And I say, hey, is there a local gym around? Is there a gym around? I got to go to the gym first. I got to make sure my body's strong first. Of course, music, meditation. And I just see myself, I go through the show in my head. I go through the show, any show I do, I go through it in my head first. And then when I get on stage, I won't do what I said in my head. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I change my mind so much. I have OCD, but I change my mind so much when I get on stage. Anybody that's part of Elec Simon Friends, any performance, even the Cavs, like my solo, whatever, I'll change something right before I go on. Like I'll never forget Game 4, NBA Finals. Beyonce and Jay-Z was sitting about 5 feet away from me when we beat the Warriors, our championship season. And I had a ladder. I was playing on a ladder, and I was gonna do like this thing. I was gonna throw the stick up and catch it behind my back. I was like, no, because if I drop this in front of Jay-Z and Beyonce, I'm gonna look crazy. So I just did a whole crazy thing and pointed at Jay-Z and said, hey, watch this. And I just got on the ladder and just like, and just did a real long roll where I can do that. And I didn't get tired. I just kept going. I just kept rolling. I rolled for like a minute straight. And by the time I felt like my shoulder's going to fall off, but that's me changing my mind. I scan my crowd and I change my mind as I'm going, Rich.
Dang, that's fun.
Yeah.
A lot of people, so just a quick like fun fact. My mom, I always had to play an instrument if I was playing sports. And so I started off with piano like a lot of people did, but then I begged to play the drums. And speaking of what you just said, a lot of people don't know what that takes out of your arms and shoulders to hold a really long, tight roll.
Man, listen, especially on a ladder, especially on non-conventional instruments with no bounce. A bucket doesn't. That's what I said to Elijah when Elijah was like this. Yeah, I have to make them face it because a bucket has no rebound. You have to muscle out the notes. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's a bucket. How are you going to make the different sounds? So when I see bucket players play and they just like posting buckets, I'm like, oh man, that's near and dear to my heart. Learn the craft, learn the pioneers. William Johnson. Well, Larry Wright is the first bucket drummer ever. Larry Wright from New York City. My teacher, William Johnson, Jared Crawford, they call him Chalk, Ray King. There's so many bucket players of the school of New York is where I come from. There's Chicago style, there's different style, but I come from the school of New York bucket style drumming. And those are the GOATs. Those are the GOATs. Yep.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
If you could give our listeners, so you've built this empire for yourself and you're into all these different sorts of things, full of great energy. If you were to give our listeners like one piece of advice on building their empire, what would it be?
Man, that's a good one. Building your empire, I would say my first advice to somebody, an artist, anybody, entrepreneur, when you want to build your empire is it's kind of, can I use two things? Elijah,
yeah,
can I use two
absolutely.
things? It's kind of building your empire. Oh, matter of fact, one of my great friends, people look at her as a celebrity, but she's like a sister to me. Jamie Kern, she's the founder of It Cosmetics. Her book just came out. It's called Believe It. And matter of fact, here she is right here. That's one of my great friends, Jamie Kern right there. But she sent this to me and wrote it. She said, Ella, thank you. She said, Ella, you're an inspiration. I'm like, how am I an inspiration to you? But her saying, believe it, you have to believe what you're doing. You have to be so obsessed with what you're doing. People think you're crazy. I made a post about that. You got to be so like, man, you really love DJing, Elijah. You really love making people's teeth look nice, Richard. Yeah, I'm obsessed with it. So I would say believe it in relationships. It's all about who you know. It has to be, because you can be so talented. Elijah can be the best MC host in the world, best DJ. Hello, my name is Elijah Desmond, and we're back on blah, 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 blah. He could be the best and not know nobody and still be there making pennies. Richard could be the best doctor and make my teeth the best ever. But how can he know if I don't know you, you don't have a relationship with nobody? And then Richard can say, man, I just worked on Eddie Murphy's teeth. I worked on Denzel's teeth because I made a relationship with so-and-so, with Bootsy and Boo Boo over here. He knows them. And then they got me into doing cleaning. And so that's how it works, people. Everybody watching on this podcast right now. You have to build relationships because this world is about who you know. It's not what you know. It's what you can prove. Who do you know? And you have to believe it. That's why I believe I'm a walking motivation. I have Stay Focused on my neck. Blessed over here. My chest says never give up. I have Warrior because the Ultimate Warrior was my favorite wrestler, WWF. I have Warrior tattoo. This arm says believe. My shoulder says pride, determination, and resilience. I always bounce back, even when I get knocked down. I like getting knocked down, Elijah. I love it because that lets me know, like, man, I'm not no punk. I'm getting back up. You can't keep me down. I'm gonna find my mouthpiece and put it back in and stand right back up. You have to do that.
We speak the same language. Same language, Elec. I have so on the side of me, I have blessed going all the way down. This right here is motivation and determination without procrastination is the key to success. And then this was my first tat right here, and it stands for driven. It stands for driven. So we got a lot in common. You know something funny? Wow. I seen a Japanese meme, a comical meme the other day, and it said if Japanese people had English tattoos, and it had in English on her arm, it said water. They had no meaning. Every once in a while, I like to do like Eminem and count all your flaws before he goes and starts battling and rapping. Because Rich, every once in a while, he gets a little itch to throw a little comical blow at his podcast partner. So I see when I pulled this up, I seen his eye go sideways, and I'm like, let me go ahead and
what I was gonna say was I don't have any words of inspiration, but I got a lucky horseshoe. It's right here.
Hold on, let me take my.
And we're about to have the most downloaded podcast. We got Elec taking his shirt off.
Reflex. I got the legs too. Look, let me pull my shirt up. That little leg. Just dig my heel into the floor. Man, come on, man. No, that's awesome, Elijah. That's just, man. I believe that. And people say, "Oh, you have so many words. How come you have no art?" I was like, listen, I don't care what I have because I'm a walking motivation. When I wake up in the morning, I look in the mirror. I'm like, man, I see all this stuff. I got it on my body. If I ain't gonna do it, I might as well try to get it lasered off. I stay focused. You know what I'm saying? My shoulders stay strong. It's a chain that's broken. So it's like I'm a walking motivation. That's what just same thing with you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I get these tattoos. I love tattoos. I get them because it keeps me. And people say, "Oh, I don't need no tattoo to remind me." Well, it helps me. It helps me. That's another thing. You do what you. That's another thing. People listening. It doesn't matter. How do I say this? When somebody says something, here's what it can break Elijah's spirit and Richard. It can break both of y'all, and you guys are the hosts right now. And I'm telling you something. It can break y'all if a certain amount of people and as many people say, Richard, man, I don't think you should do that. Dennis, man, I don't know if you should do that podcast, man. You know, a lot of people got podcasts. Maybe you should just try to do something else. That can break. I don't care who you are. That's going to break your spirit. When you're laying down at night and you can't fall asleep, you're going to think about that conversation from 4 PM when that dude was like, man, I don't think you should do podcasts, man. Elijah, man, there's a lot of hosts, but I don't care who you are. That's going to get in your brain. It's going to try to break you. Those are the things that try to break me, not the crazy things. You can cuss me out. You can hit me. You can do whatever. You can black. I don't care about that. But if somebody comes to me that means well, they're good people, but then they say, Elec, I don't know about them drumsticks. You might want to use these ones. I'm like, okay, yeah, you're right, man. Maybe I shouldn't use them sticks and I know in my heart I like them sticks. But somebody might say, don't use them, man. I wouldn't use them. Them are gonna break early. I'm gonna go in the corner and say, thanks, man. I'm gonna go think about it. Like, man, maybe I shouldn't. Second guessing myself. That's second guessing. Richard and Elijah, that's second guessing. I don't second guess myself no more. Whatever I feel, I said, this is what I'm gonna do. Like when my first single comes out, people say, Elec, you should change this. Even my girl's like, baby, I think you should change. Like, no, I'm staying with what I want to do. Somebody always had a small idea and they dogged that idea. A yellow shirt with a smiley face, with their smiley face cookies all over the world. Man, that's dumb. Why you want to make that shirt? Look at it now. You know what I'm saying? So any little small idea is a great one. Robin Williams said that, I think. Yeah, Robin Williams said that. Any small idea is a great one. So stick to your guns of what you believe in here.
So we talk a lot about, mental health and mental strength, and it takes a lot of that to stay in the present. And one of the ways to block out that second opinion and second guessing yourself and not listening to that ego is staying present. So you mentioned that you don't second guess yourself anymore. Well, that I know that's just not something you can flick on and off. That takes So how did you get there?
I got there from having mental breakdowns. I have a lot of mental breakdowns, and I don't care who's watching and who's listening. And we share it on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. The podcast, Elec Simon, the animated drummer, the guy from STOMP. Okay, yeah. I have mental breakdowns. I battle so much depression, but you would never think that because I'm always smiling. I'm always going, but then because I got to make sure everybody else is fine first, and then I just make myself sick to my stomach. When I get off my elevator and get back and walk back into my loft, I'm like, man, I'm sick to my stomach because I held everything in that whole day from mental stress. You know what I'm saying? From mental stress, it's bad and it's real. And I can't stand when somebody says, well, you need to be thankful. You have a great place. You have a great this, you have a great that. There's people doing worse off. Yes, I know that. But that doesn't mean my story doesn't matter. That doesn't mean Elijah Desmond. That doesn't mean just because Richard's a dentist, they think, oh, man, he's a dentist, man, he making bank. Richard can have a bad day. Just because somebody's poor, eating pork and beans, and they got to go to the soup kitchen, they got to stay at the Haven Arrest, they got to do this, they got to do that. Even though they're doing that, somebody said, man, Richard, you could be poor like them. You need to be thankful. So Richard's human being, his soul doesn't matter because someone else is doing worse than them. I can't stand that when people try to compare people with your story. Like my buddy Josh has a clothing thing, has a thing called Your Story Matters. And I believe in his product so much because it's so true. Your story does matter. Your story matters. Everybody's does. Like, it's just like, so don't compare Elijah with this person over here because this person is poor and this person made bad choices and that's why they're there. Say, man, you need, Elijah, you need to be thankful, man. Just, count your blessings. Money isn't everything, but you talking about you depressed, Elijah, and you have anxiety, man. You need to chalk that up and think about these people out here on the street. No, I'm human. I'm allowed. My name's Elijah Desmond. I'm allowed to be upset. My name's Richard. I'm allowed to be upset. So always remember that, y'all. People listening, once again, I'm talking to the audience. Always remember that your story does matter and you are somebody and your problems do matter too. I don't care how much money you got. You're allowed to have a bad day and you're allowed to be stressed out.
How do you best work through it, Elec? Like what do you do? Meditate, visualize. Do you just play more music? What do you like to do to get you out of that funk when you get in it?
I watch my favorite TV shows. Saved by the Bell, Mama's Family, Martin, Fresh Prince. I'll put that on. I'll put Lethal Weapon and I'll put Out for Justice. Then I'm an 80s, like I'm still stuck in the 80s. Like I was born in 81, but it's like I'll still watch them old movies. I'll just watch movies and stuff like that, or I'll go to the gym, but mainly watching the old sitcoms like Mama's Family and stuff like that. Like I have it all on my Fire Stick. I bought every season, no commercials, boom, boom, just go to, you know what I'm saying? So just stuff like that is helping me get it. But then again, I might shut down. I shut down a lot where you won't hear from me. I'll be quiet and I'll be creating. And then I'll post and like, boom, where you been? They're like, oh, this is what you've been working on. Or this is who you met, or this is what role you got. Yeah, when anxiety kicks in bad, I'll stay quiet or I'll just watch something, you know what I mean? But it's tough.
Wow.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. I'm sorry, go ahead, Elijah, go ahead.
Go ahead, you go on.
And even like a lot of, I'm honest. And I'm sorry. Y'all asked me to be on here. Y'all asked me, and I got to be honest. My spiritual growth is like this. It's like this because you grow up learning a certain way how to do things, and then you find out other things like, man, this don't make sense. This makes sense. So you have to find your own growth. So my spiritual battle is getting worse, but it's getting better. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's getting worse, but it's getting better. It's getting meditation, prayer, whatever you want to call it. I'm open. Love is my religion. There, just put it that way. Love is my religion. And I'm going to leave it at that. And I'm going to cross that out because I'm not big on that religion topic. Love is my religion. If you're nice and you're going to help somebody else out and you see somebody struggling, you help them out. You see an old lady that needs help with her groceries. You see an older man that maybe fell in his cane fall and you help him up. You see a lady who don't know how to change her tire. You see somebody who's struggling, who needs $10 to get something to eat. You're giving it to them. That's your own religion. That's what I'm down for you. I don't care what God you pray to. I don't care who you pray to. I don't care who you meditate to. If you're doing something good for somebody, helping making somebody else's life better, I'm cool with you. That's love. That's religion. They're trying to everything tries to separate us. But if we focus on love, come on, man. Come on, just be a good person. You don't got to do nothing. Just be good to people. You don't got to be, you don't got to be going crazy, going to church and doing everything. Nothing wrong with that. Y'all can do what you do. I don't do that. I do my service out here. I'm not in the building on Sunday doing my service. I do my service every day, Monday through Sunday, helping who I can help. And people help me too. Because I've asked for help. Hey, I need some help, man. I've asked for help.
I feel like you just said like so many of the feelings and thoughts that I have. You just said them all, man. Even with the TV shows, and I feel like when I'm watching them, I think I like that just because it takes me back to a simpler time.
Yeah,
it's almost like a blankie, man.
No, right. Yeah, bro,
man.
Yeah.
So many things that you just said that resonated. It's not even funny. And listen, big shout out to Studio 88. I don't know if we're talking about the same Josh or not, but you said your story is worth it. Do you mean Joshua Scott from Columbus? Because you said Josh. You said
your story matters. Josh is from here, from Canton.
Okay, different Josh. So when you said that, I'm like, dang, we talking about Joshua Scott with Studio 88. He actually they built our site. They built Smiles at Sea. So we do conferences. One of my businesses, we do conferences on cruise ships. And while while you were just speaking your truth, right? Which is amazing. It was straight vulnerable. I don't care. You brought me on this show. I loved every minute of it. I'm thinking like, man, we like at my conferences, we have like dental conferences specifically where we have like, we'll call them the Hollywood of dentistry. They come and they speak, right? Rich spoke on that conference, right? Multiple speakers speak at that conference. I've never had a non-dental professional come and speak because it's all about giving continuing education. After you just drop all of those value bombs and you were just speaking like that, when you were saying that, I'm like, oh my gosh. First off, I can't believe he knows Joshua Scott. Your story matters. Second of all, I think I'm going to start bringing a non-dental powerful speaker. They don't need continuing education to my events to just drop the mic how you just dropped it 15 times right there. So, man, look, Elec, Devin was right, and Devin will listen to this and be like, man, I told you so. You don't ever listen. Told you so. So Devin was right. Really? We need to connect for 100% for sure. So much stuff in common. I'm gonna end by just giving a few little, just quick spitfire questions. First question I have is a lighthearted question, lighten it up a little bit. If you were to go to another country and you brought one dental product with you, okay? It could be toothpaste, it could be Listerine, could be a toothbrush, it could be floss. One dental product, what would it be?
One dental product, it would probably be the toothbrush.
A toothbrush. Okay.
Probably the toothbrush.
Okay.
Because I think you could do so much. Like I'm big, like people say, I love your smile. I'm big on teeth.
Yeah.
Like, Dr. Amison, shout out to him. He's my dentist. He's great out there in Beltonville. He's like, Elec, hello, how are you?
Yeah.
Good to see. He's a great guy, Dr. Amison. I'm big on.
You made his voice so perfect. We've been doing his marketing for like 6 years. Dr. Amison.
Wait a minute, hold on. You know Dr. Amison?
Me and Dr. Amison go way back.
Wait a minute. He's like, Elec, hello. I'm just gonna go like this right here. He's like, well, he's like, we're gonna take a peek here. He's like, open up. We're gonna take a peek here. He's like, okay, I'll see. He's like, bro, he just fixed my crown. My crown came out because I love eating Scooby snacks. I love to eat, and my other crown popped out, and he just made me a brand new one. He's a beast.
Yeah,
he's great, man. He's a great soul. He's a great soul. Amazing
dentist, and my aunt Lori Welty, she's a hygienist there.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah,
okay. That's
man. Their whole crew is great.
I'm sure we know a lot of the same people, but hilarious. So
toothbrush, probably be toothbrush or floss, probably Or did you have Listerine on the list?
Listerine was on the list.
Yeah, so I take that back. Listerine. I take that back.
And I've never said what I actually would bring. I actually would bring some Listerine. If I'm in a hotel, I can get a piece of towel, and I can go like this.
Yeah.
I can put some Listerine, I can dunk it, and Listerine just does something about making your breath completely cleans it. It hurts. Your mouth hurts. It feels so clean. So what would you do, Rich, by the way? What would you bring?
You have me second guessing there because, you definitely want something to make your breath feel fresh.
Right.
You need something to wash your teeth. You could definitely use the washcloth to take the stuff off the teeth. And you could chew gum, I guess, if you wanted fresh breath, but it's really not killing anything. So the antiseptic rinse might be the way to go,
Yeah, I didn't know Listerine was on the list, Rich.
But wait, we didn't say how long we're gonna be away. So that you can only take 4 ounces on the plane. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Unless I'm putting mine in my bag. But last two things, or last one thing. So we had a lot of fun with you. Great. Thanks for being vulnerable. I feel like vulnerability it shows so much about the individual in a very positive way. A lot of our listeners are going to learn so much from this and from you sharing your story. Is there two people that you think will be very powerful people that have audiences that people look up to that personally that you could share to be on this show as our next guest that would be perfect guests?
Man, I've been thinking about this the whole doggone time. Who? Man, I knew this was gonna get me. And they don't have to be from here.
Nope.
They can be.
What about your friend on the book? Your friend on the book?
Yeah, y'all. I mean, yeah, y'all can. Yeah, Jamie. Yeah, I'm nominated here.
That's one. Jamie, you're one. Call out Jamie Kern.
Jamie Kern. Put her on your show. She's amazing. I love her to death. She's amazing.
Hey, listen. Hey, let me put a bug in your ear real quick. Hey, what about Jay-Z or Beyonce? Hey, what about LeBron James?
Oh, he's crazy. He's crazy. Oh, I got one. I got one. Certified Instagram USA. All the murals in LA and Hollywood, the love murals.
Yeah.
And he actually got me on his shirt, on his page. Ruben Rojas. Great. He's great. He's the love guy in LA and Hollywood. The big murals you see in Hollywood that said love, that's Ruben. That's my brother. He sends me clothes. I wear his clothes. His love thing. He just put me, I mean, that's my good. He's perfect. He'd be perfect. Ruben Rojas and my sis, Jamie.
All right.
Get them on your show. Ruben Rojas and Jamie Kern. Believe it, y'all. It's great. It's great. Yep. That's serious. Thank you. Yes. Yes. It took me a while. I was thinking about it. I ain't gonna lie. The whole interview, I'm like, yeah, answering questions. And I'm over here. Is the scatterbrain side of me. I'm like, okay, who am I? I'm going through a list. Like, nah, man. Like, no, he's a great guy. He only got 24 followers. With a following. Like, no, he's a great guy, but he's gonna go off there. He's a great guy, but he's gonna cuss too much. Like, no, okay. I'm going through everything. Like, even my celebrity friends, like, no, they're gonna no. So these are great people. These are great people. Jamie and Ruben Rojas, and I'll send you the stuff. His info if you need it, and then Jamie Kern. I'm sure you have to get in touch with her. Agents and manager and everything, but yeah, they would be great for your show. They would be awesome. They would be great. Good. Thank you guys for having me on, man. Thank you, Rich.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, Elijah. You know what I'm saying? Thank you guys, all the listeners, and to your assistant who's been contacting me.
Kate Malavite.
Yeah, Kate. Thank you, Kate. Shout out to Kate. Thank you so much for helping me out, and I love you guys.
Yes, thank you guys. Thank you guys, and for everybody watching, please subscribe. Spotify, if you're watching on iTunes, come on here and watch it on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel. It's going to be great.
And most important, just keep smiling, y'all.
Thank you for listening to Constant Smiles.